I caught myself doing things I said I never do. I'm by myself, I've been rolling, I don't have a crew. The lifestyle of a lyricist with no revenue. This flow sick, you might catch a flu. I'm tired of bullshit, everybody flaking on me. Rappers always hating on me, but when I drop, them same people who be waiting.
Welcome to the Vibe Show podcast with your boy Kano the Don, the Vibe King. Man,
what's up? TK Kirkland in the building.
Man, I got a super special guest in the building tonight. This is very, very special to me. Legendary, the King, TK Kirkland. What it do?
What's going on, family?
Man, everything is going on. I want to just
Let me
first.
tell your audience real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let me tell your audience real quick. I have no idea who this brother is on the phone. But what I like about him is that he was very professional. I was extremely tired, and I just like the way he conducted business. And he caught me on a good day, because normally I make people wait a month or 2 months before I get back to them. So I want to take my hat off to you, player, for running a professional business and getting at me truly in a professional way. So let me give you back the floor.
Thank you so much. I just want to tell you, it's really an honor. I'm a huge fan. I have so much respect for you in so many regards that it's not even funny. I was talking to my aunt earlier about you, and she was actually amazed that I was able to accomplish this. And it's really a huge accomplishment for me and for my audience. Everybody's been excited. I got emails like crazy in about you. So I just want to just say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're a very busy person to actually do this interview for me.
Yes, sir.
Now, I wanna jump in on it, because I feel like you are one of the I just feel like you're not really getting your just due in this game, and I don't think that a lot of people really understand like how huge you are and how connected that you are in this entertainment business, and have been connected for quite some time.
Yeah, but when I hear that story, I try to enlighten people on the knowledge of entertainment, right?
Right.
A lot of people think that when people on television, they're millionaires. A lot of people see people who are not on television and think they're not millionaires. But I move a certain way through this industry. And the way I move through this industry is a fisherman can always see another fisherman from afar. And what that means is that you don't really have to be flamboyant or really putting your business out there, because I'm an old school guy, you know. I'm the kind of guy, sometimes I want to go to the top of the mountain and scream and go on social media and tell people what I got, what I achieved. But because I move a certain way and because of my upbringing, I just think totally different. But the people who know, they drop it. You know, the people who, when they get in the spotlight and certain questions are asked, they'll say, yo, TK Kirk would put me on. And the list is long. The list is a mile long. Like Jay-Z would say, I made more millionaires than Lotto. So,
wow,
truly excited about that.
Right.
I just move it out, that's all.
Yeah, I definitely, I've always admired the way that you move, and I've always admired your relationships, man. Like the relationships that you have with so many different people in the entertainment business. It's amazing how these relationships that you've built over the years, and with your career, and all of the people that you have influenced in this business as well.
Well, I like the entertainment, but let me give you a heads up on something that people really don't know either. I'm also in the political game too. A lot of people don't know that I used to raise money for Maxine Waters years ago when she first got started, and Mike Davis, Los Angeles, California, and me and her are good friends to this day. So I'm really connected in that political world in a very powerful way. I just keep low key from time to time.
Right.
So it's just not the music game or the comedy game. I just believe in life that you build a home one brick at a time. Like, I get hit all the time. People want to be successful, or they say they want to be like you, and people don't understand that you got to put. I say, well, if you want to be like me, you got to put 34 years in the game. It just don't happen overnight. It's just that I've been truly blessed. I got away with a lot of things that allow me to be where I'm at today, and I'm just excited about it.
Right.
Thankful.
I definitely, man, I've watched all of your interviews, movies, all of the things, all of the huge accomplishments that you've done within your career. Now, are you're originally from New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm originally from Jersey City, New Jersey. I always get shout out to Compton. I always get shout out to New Orleans. And the reason why I get shout out to Compton because Easy E is the one that gave me my start in the game. And then when I think about from the entertainment, I think about how me and Ludacris, when he was blown up, how he took me on tour, Nelly before he blew up, the Cash Money Millionaires, 50 Cent, Jay-Z. And I never give some love out to the West Coast. AMG, Second to None, DJ Quick, Too Short, like the industry, and they show me mad love, and I'm truly excited to this day.
Wow. These people that you're naming, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like the magnitude of that alone to have those relationships, I just think that it's just amazing. And to have good relationships still with these people to this day, I think that it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a blessing. I don't take time to think, and when I do think about it, sometimes I just start laughing. A kid from Jersey City, New Jersey, who went out there and did his thing. So I'm truly excited about it.
How did you what inspired you to even want to even get into the business? Was this something that you kind of stumbled upon, or
Yeah, I stumbled upon it. And
okay.
believe it or not, it was a freak accident back in the 80s when I was getting my master's degree. And I had a confrontation with Eddie Murphy's brother, Charlie Murphy, that led to a fight. That fight, for some reason, I turned the negative to a positive. And I just took the same ambition that I used to fight cases and beat and said, you know what, I'm just going to take the same energy when I have to get in trouble and just apply it to this industry. And what I did was I took that, and then the world changed. The tech world came, social media came. People with money had an opportunity because in the 90s, you had to go through other people to get on. You had to go through this person, that person, and someone that liked you, you couldn't get it done. Or if you had money and you put a project together, it just sat around. Now I can put things together because I got a few nickels and cut the middleman out and go through things. Like I supposed to put out a Netflix special last year, but the attorney who I hooked up with stagnated me because for a minute I got blind washed through a friend who said this is the guy, blah blah blah. And instead of me just going and doing like I've always did and building up momentum, he stagnated me for a minute. So now I'm catching back up to speed to get back to the pack. So that's what I'm doing. So to the people who listen, if you have a dream, you have a vision, your money is right, don't let nobody put you on hold to slow you down, because nobody is going to bust their ass the way you will bust your ass.
Absolutely. And
that hurts me about that special, because it should have been out.
Do you feel like that was something that was purposely done, that you were targeted in any kind of way, or like what's the deal with that?
No. It's just the attorney wasn't to say who he was. See, the thing about the entertainment business, 99% of people that you meet are, I would say, liars.
Okay.
That's a company. If somebody tells you that they're gonna do something for you, you can't even say you're doing it until it actually hits the screen. Like you can have $1 million check that a project is coming out, and by the time that project is coming out, something happens, something gets canceled, and it never shows up.
Right.
So now, because people don't know the industry, you looked at it as a liar. You looked at, I knew he was lying, blah blah blah, and now you want to save face. So you pretty much got to be quiet until it actually goes out. Because I get hit
And like, how did you like? How did it? Man, I'm sitting here, and I've done a lot of research, and I mean, like, I'm looking at this, and you've actually toured with the legendary group NWA. How did that come about?
Well, NWA, back then I was just a true hustler, being at the right place at the right time, and I was at a Bobby Brown, Tina Marie concert because what was funny about them, me, Bobby Brown, and New Edition was tight. I was hanging out with them. Me and Tina Marie was tight to help go how she used to cook for me and all that kind of stuff. Her and another friend of mine named Rudy, all was good friends. So we went to they was performing. I saw this young man walking around the stands, and the song came on called "We Want Easy," and I said, "Who made that song?" It was crazy. And they said, "Oh, that little motherfucker right there." So I walked up to him and told him who I was, and told him that he needed to see me perform. Him, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube came up to the Comedy Store in Hollywood. They thought I was hilarious. Bam, took me on tour. And then when I went on tour, I got banned in 3 cities because they thought the news people thought I was worse than the group. They banned me. True story.
Come on.
Yeah, true story, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I got banned.
So do you think that's why they label you as the gangster of comedy?
Well, that was my title years ago, and I gave it up because a young man named Capone, comedian in New York, actually uses it. I stopped using it in the 90s because I didn't want to be stagnated with that word.
Right.
Because I like to travel the world, and not be known as a gangster because the places I like to do, as far as casinos, Italy, places like that, you don't want to have gangster comedy
right.
in your name. See, I just see the world differently instead of having gangster comedian T.K. Kirkland.
Right. I definitely agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to know about because you and 50 pretty tight. What like
50 tight.
How did that relationship come about?
Well, 50 was my opening act. Well, he wasn't my opening act. We was on tour with the Cash Money Millionaires, the Rough Riders, DMX, and 50 was an unknown, unsigned artist that was on the tour. And what was so funny, I didn't really know I knew 50 like that. I was just treating him with the utmost respect, treated him nice because I was the MC. He got shot, like 9 times, almost died. I still didn't know it was him. Here's a crazy story. I still didn't know it was him. Years later, I'm in Detroit, Michigan, and 50 Cent is performing, him and Eminem. I'm standing behind the barricades. I knew all the security people, but they acting like they didn't know me, playing games, being stuck up. So here comes a motorcycle parade with cops and the buses. They turn the corner. So I'm walking away to go position myself. 50 comes off the bus. He looks me dead in the eye and says, "Yo, he to the motherfucking K. You coming to the show?" And I didn't know he knew me.
Yeah.
I didn't know because I meet so many people. I didn't know he really knew me. And I said, "Yeah, I got to go get my son." Yo, he waited right there. He didn't go in the building. He didn't leave. He waited right there till I got my kids in. And we all walked down the tunnel together as we was going into the stadium in Detroit, Michigan. I think it was over 100,000 people.
Wow.
And then we went on tour, and then he put me in the video.
Window shopper.
But what people don't know, too, me and 50 was going to start this company called the G's of Comedy. Me, him, and Chris Lighty, his manager, who passed away. We were doing on G's of Comedy, but what they did was Chris Lighty to me was the horrible manager. Procrastinated for a year on that deal.
Wow.
Me, William Morris, and all them, and I wound up turning it down. I didn't want to do it.
Wow.
I said I'd do it on my own. So, and to the people listening too, like, sometimes you may not get the fame that you want, but you know what I find more powerful than anything being in control of your own shit, being in control of your own destiny, and not having to let people ruin things for you. Like, there's a chance you have to take, but when you hear most of these people on television or people that you hear that's famous or whatever, they get robbed.
Right.
Bad.
So do you think so?
2019, they getting robbed, but ain't nobody robbing me.
Right. So that's the reason why you actually like, because one would think that as long as you've been in the game, your accolades and everything, and I was having this conversation with somebody. I was like, I think that TK is in the place where he wants to be because he's in control of everything in every aspect of what's going on in his career now, learn from his mistakes. And I think that he doesn't really want to be on, let's just say, let's just use Kevin Hart for an example or whatever. I don't think that you want to be that far out in the front like that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
If the opportunity presented itself, I probably would, but I'm an old head. So you got to understand the business, too.
Okay.
I'm not 20, 25, 30 years old. That this business, entertainment business, is really for that age group, right?
Right.
All I'm trying to do now is sustain, be a businessman, make sure I can eat, make sure I can get foot massages, facials, put my kids through school,
right,
and live a decent life without putting a punch in the clock for 40 hours.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. So what comes with that is, I got success, but and other opportunities are going to come here and there as we get older. But I don't really have to be in front of a camera or things like that. I'm just going to take what God gives me and what I work hard for and rock it like that.
Right.
I'm good. And I'm happy.
If I could get your perspective, what do you think? Why do you think that everybody, and I'm not going to say everybody, but some people are somewhat targeting Kevin Hart and his success, not really looking at it the same way as you would look at Eddie Murphy or whatever, not comparing the two as two different realms, but at the same time, I'm just saying, like, the success wise, like, everybody kind of, like, certain people I'm hearing in different interviews and different things, from doing my research and stuff, feeling like he's really
we live in an opinionated world. I think this would have been the same way with Eddie Murphy from his older heads of other comedians back in the day.
Right.
But everything was pretty much quiet. Now, if you say something in 2 seconds, the whole world can know about it.
Okay.
And I always say people are entitled to their opinion. You can't knock a man or a woman for what they feel or what they believe. When people hear something about somebody else, the answer should be they're entitled to their opinion. Who am I to tell that person they're wrong for feeling what they feel? It's like if a song is being played and you don't like that song, the song's like, you just a hater because you don't like the song. Motherfucker, I don't like the beat.
Right.
You ain't gonna make me like the song. Or somebody come in your house and say, oh, I don't like the way your house is painted. Like, no one should be able to do that to you.
Right.
So with Kevin Hart, social media, the way the world is today, things are just exposed more to, it's right there in front of you.
Right. Do you feel like with them digging up things from years ago, do you feel like he's being targeted or some would say they're trying to give him a warning or let him know that who's really in control of your success and everything that's going on by them doing that?
Gay people have rights too. They have rights too. And if they brought it up, and was upset about it, I think it's go back that many years. But we live in a world that's way,
Right.
What people, and I see the world different than most people. I see the LGBTQ as one of the most powerful organizations in the world, because here you got these people who got together gonna get some, but in my day, gay people really knew their place. They
Right.
came out about 12:05, and they was back in the house about 4:30.
Absolutely.
45. No
Right.
harm, no foul. That's just the way it was.
Right. Right. It
You
was
know?
more in the closet more.
Motherfuckers walking amongst us.
Right. Now, with speaking on that, do you feel like um the realm that we're in right now, do you feel like they're trying to shape the world in some form or fashion?
They ain't trying. They have, yo.
Okay.
Yeah, they have. It's an epidemic.
And do you think that they're making the entertainers conform to that lifestyle now to advertise it and wear the purses and but make it look like it's cool because we got I got 100 grand in this woman's purse, so it's cool type deal or whatever. I mean, like.
Well, I don't really know because I'm not gay and I'm not in the room and I don't know what they talk about.
Right.
So I really don't know, and
You see it though, right?
Well, I'm not connected like that. Like I don't roll in that area like that.
Got you.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm a man's man. I do what I do. I don't really roll with comedians. I don't really roll with producers. I really just do my thing and stay quiet, stay out the game.
Right. Got
That's
you.
how I move.
Now let me ask you this. Recently, Young Buck has
Heard about that.
yeah.
Transgender.
Well, not really the transgender situation, but he which that was a situation with him and Dwight Howard and all of these different people that's all this stuff is coming out or whatever.
Right.
But Young Buck is going on a rampage about, I guess, him and 50's back into it because the last time I thought that they were all good. Everybody was working over there, and then it's like now I'm seeing him, fighting about his money, the money that's being owed, and he's exposing a lot of things or whatever. Like, do you know anything about that?
Well, here's the thing. I always say a man got to handle his business. And if somebody owe you money or a contract that you sign, if you're not smart enough to handle your business, then you get what you deserve, unfortunately. That's why they have attorneys. That's why they have examples of people. What I mean by examples, you got so many artists from TLC to the Temptations on up.
Tony Braxton, right.
That's been robbed. And you have to use that those are examples. Examples help you that you don't go through the same thing.
Right. I definitely understand.
I like Young Buck. That's my man.
I love him.
50 is 50. That's who he is. Buck is Buck. That's who he is. And I'm just let me tell you, man, ain't nobody getting me. That's all I can say.
Right. I ask you because, like, you're brutally honest about things, man, and I love every interview that I've ever watched, man. I watch them multiple times because I always learn something every time I watch an interview with you. And I always said, like, if I had that opportunity to be able to connect with you in any type of way, it's so much that can be learned from a brother like you that has seen so much, that has experienced so much. Like, I just feel like being connected to knowledge and people that has been through so many different things or whatever can help you navigate a little bit more. You can learn from that. And I learn from every interview that you've done. It's always something to learn from it. You're the funny guy and all that stuff or whatever, but you're really deep.
I appreciate that. I didn't know that it was really having that effect on people, the TK Kirkland podcast, but it's really one of the most interesting podcasts, I think, in the country because of the subject matters that we deal with,
Absolutely. It's deep. I love it. And I study your podcast, and I try to somewhat structure mine in that same form and fashion, because it inspires me on so many different levels. And that's what I
Right.
love about it, the diversity, the subject content. I just think that it's powerful. It really, really is.
Yeah, I love it, man. I think it's a great thing for the kids. I think it's a great thing for so many people. And to the fans who do listen, I just keep listening, spread the word, leave your comments and on it, because it's a really, real growing podcast that from Great Britain to Australia.
Right.
Listen to that.
Wow. Now, when it comes down to women, I think that you're pretty seasoned in that area, and I wanted to know, to get your perspective on, why do you think that, you could be, no man is perfect.
Right.
I was talking to my brother today, man, and we were having a conversation, just talking about, like, man, you could be the brother that's going to work, coming home, you bringing the bread, you paying bills, and everything could be going right, as long as you pretty much, you know doing somewhat, I guess, what they feel like, you should be doing or whatever. But the minute that you decide that you want to take a break and go have a drink or step out or whatever, why can't it just be an easy transition instead of the attitudes? And why do you think
Right.
that women are like that? It's like you're doing everything that you can possibly do to try to be that good brother. You're not hanging out, you're not clubbing, you're not doing none of that. And you got a good brother. He's not perfect, but you got a good brother. But yet you would rather push him out of the door, to the point to where he's like, well, look, I'm leaving. I've been in this house, yada yada yada. I'm stepping out, going get me a drink. Now he's aggravated leaving, and now he's wide open for anything the subject to happen. Why do
I
you think
like
that it's
that.
like
It's a
that?
good question. And so here's the world. Watch it. I'm gonna give it a nutshell. In the world, men know so much about women. They get upset, they move, etc. They get mad. You bring them flowers, you apologize. But I can tell you, women don't know shit about men
Wow.
at all. Like we should have a class to teach women about men. And women will get so upset and so confused, like, if you go on 3 hours, you deserve that, you want to be in the streets all day, but you ain't want to spend time with me.
Right.
Well, shit, it takes 30 minutes in traffic to get where the fuck you gotta go,
Exactly.
and then there's another 30 minutes to get back in traffic. But when because women are emotional, they get caught up. They check in what they gotta check, and sometimes you just can't explain to some females. Some females you can't explain to, and I think that's where it comes down to, until you leave their ass. But then they'll say, "Oh, fix it," or "Why are you leaving?" Or then you got some women who will say, "Fuck it, leave,"
Right.
and then really find out that they really did have a good dude. And then you got, oh my God, he really was a good guy, because no one has everything.
Right. Right. Right.
So you got to choose your pain, so to speak.
And it's really, really, and I really be trying to really, understand it, which I don't think that I never will. But I don't understand, like, let me ask you this. You could be, okay, you were in a relationship for, let's just say 10 years or whatever. You guys split up, y'all break. Okay, cool. She put you on child support. um what I don't understand, if it's, let's just say it's 23 years later, and you're getting everything. You're getting child support throughout the year. You're getting taxes. You're getting a portion of that. Like, you're getting
Right.
everything or whatever, and then you're like, well, hey, look, because they give women so much power just going down there because of a breakup, and then it's like, okay, well, okay, you want to put him on child support? Okay, fine, fill out these papers. Oh, also, would you like to retro that back 10 years too? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's go in on and sign that. So you're already coming. It's an L for you all the way around the board already.
Right.
But then you've done that. The child is 18, made 18 or whatever. You go back or whatever, and you still got this back pay that's sitting on you or whatever. Like this, you've moved on with your life. Why is the bitterness still there, do you think?
Yeah, here's the thing, fam. It's based on your environment. It's based on it's so many levels to that question. Some women don't care. I know a beautiful woman who was married, had 2 kids by a nigga, and never asked a nigga for a dime.
Right.
Then you got some women who meet another successful man. He's doing everything got to do, taking care of another nigga's kids, and she'll still hit that man over the head for money. Then you got some women, you can pay all the bills, and because the money's not going through their hands, they'll still take you to court because they want the money to go through their hands so they can distribute the money the way they want to. My point is, there is no legitimate answer. If I really could tell anybody's listening, don't ever get married. Don't ever get married.
Absolutely.
Don't ever get married because what happens too, most women when they get married, believe it or not, I really thought niggas was really the monster of the sex game. Right? We want to throw down the dick, we want to fuck. We ain't got shit on these women, bro.
Wow.
These girls want to fuck every day, and if you can't fuck them every day, you go to marriage counsel. Hold on a second.
Y'all tuned in to the Vibe Show podcast with special guest TK Kirkland in the building right now.
Yeah, they'll fuck you. They want to fuck to death. As soon as you don't want to fuck them, are you cheating or something wrong, or they so insecure they think it's somebody else. Right? Oh, you must be fucking somebody else, but they don't get it. That men, we really do get tired. Now, if you're a complainer, if you're a nagger, if you're a complainer, you complain all the fucking time. A man can't handle that but for so long.
Right.
A man can only deal with shit for so long, and then he's done. Because a girl will argue with you and complain and still want to fuck you. Whereas the man, we're all about the mind. We're all about peace and quiet and romantic evening and build up to it. And then no disrespect to the women who are listening, some of these women, like their mindset are childish, like it's elementary. And don't get me wrong, we know that men have their issues too, because I know some women are like, what about the niggas? And
right.
If you did say that, you are having what I call an elementary moment.
Right.
Because we know that men have their problems. We know men ain't shit, but that's not the topic that the brother asked me. So I just want to share that with people who start saying, well, what about the men? Because they have I call it ADD, they have a lack of concentration and not really seeing what the question was really about. And that's like I'm bringing that up.
Right.
So that thing that I think with women, I think that's the issues. I think men should stay single. You date a female, she have her place, you have your place. Y'all fuck, you have a good time. You go home, she go home, and everybody has their space.
Right.
But when you are up on the person 24/7, you see them fart, you see them get sick, you see them get a period, you see some of them without their weave, you see some of them take their wig off. It changes a man.
Right.
You know, because men are visual.
Right.
You know, men are visual. So when you see something that'll change you, it is what it is, and you might be able to, what's the word? You might be able to get back on track, but sometimes it's hard.
Right. Do you think that social media, these social media platforms and stuff like that are are really messing up women mentally, because it's almost to the point now to where it's like, okay, you got so many, like, you know, before social media platforms and stuff were introduced or whatever, you didn't even know that it was a plethora of that many women out there. Like, you can't even really log on without seeing, you know, so many different women, from all over, all different types, whatever, all over, just beautiful women or whatever. Do you think that it's really kind of messing them up mentally, because it's almost to the point to where you can't even really have a conversation with a woman without them automatically trying to see what you're worth, or what you're pulling up in, or it's not like how it used to be anymore. Do you think that social media plays a big part in the mental change with the woman, because it's providing a platform for even no name people to get some type of attention?
So here's the thing about life, right? I think social media and all that is a good thing because they make a man step up his game. But there's a manual in life. The manual in life is to the manual in life is to know who and what women are. And let me explain to you what that means. You got some of the baddest bitches in the world, but can't cook, can't do nothing around the house,
Right.
can't take your kids to baseball games, right? Well, guess what? You don't have kids with them. You fuck them, you take them on a nice little trip, right?
Right.
And you go home. That's what you do. That's what you do. Then you got some women who are wifey material.
Right.
You got some women who are wifey material. That's the woman you have babies with. But you got to know this, though. You got to know who to have a child with. You got to know who to fuck with.
Man, I agree
because
with you
most
on that.
men go for the popular hoes.
Right.
And you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, and here's the thing, like, it's sad. Now, the popular hoes, some of them can fuck your brains out and you want it. And then the girl you want to have a child with and do your thing, guess what? She can't fuck. She can't suck dick. Because once you know what good pussy is, and once you know what good dick is, if you don't get it with the person that lives in your home, you got problems.
It's going to be a problem.
It's going to be problems.
Wow.
It's going to be problems. So that's a major issue, yo.
And it might take a lifetime to find that.
Yeah, it does take a lifetime, you know. And if you don't know what it is and never felt it, you could get past. That's what comes when you listen to my show. I always say men should have their money right, women should have their money right, just in case that if you get together and it doesn't work out, guess what? The transition is smooth.
Right.
If you got to go separate ways. That's all I'm saying have money for.
Right.
It's your insurance blanket.
Right. Now,
insurance blanket. You want to be able to make the transition smooth.
You know, that's interesting, man. Like that's very, very deep, and we could touch on that topic all day long. All day long. I wanted to, because I know you're a specialist in that area, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love when you talk about the women and men perspective. You're definitely gonna have to come back on. I want to do a special just about that. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Now, I wanted to ask you, man, what is your take on Adrian Broner, man? Like, I mean, what it just...
Like I said, so many levels to Adrian Broner as well. And one, an OG should have pulled him to the side and snatched him up and gave him dignity as a man and class, right?
Right.
Because that's what he's lacking. See, when you see these young kids like Tekashi 6ix9ine,
right?
When you see these men acting wild and out, it's because there's never been a real man present in their life to check a motherfucker.
Got you.
To understand about being humble Give an example. What's the football player that plays for the New York Giants, the running back who got Rookie of the Year
Oh man,
from Penn State?
what's this guy's name?
Google it for me if you're there.
Hold up.
And while you're there, I want you to see how he conducts himself in interviews and how he talks, because his mother and father really raised him right. See, this is a combination of what I've seen over the last 20, 25 years, because I'm much older than a lot of people.
Right.
See, everybody, these guys are sticking their dicks in these women, nothing in them, not understanding the consequences of the game. And the consequences of the game is lack of respect. The consequences of the game is lack of education, lack of moral judgment, lack of, on so many levels, lack of respecting the women that you kick it with. And it's a detrimental and dangerous thing that is going on in our world today, and it's truly sad.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to do a book one day called "I Apologize." It's about men, us, we're all guilty, meeting women, buying drinks, fucking, and the girl can't raise your kid right.
Right.
Or men who have babies with women can't buy the kid a coat, but they doing these big ass coat drives in Michigan. Get a kid a coat because, and I hosted it one year, and I said to myself, "What the fuck we doing a coat drive for? You mean to tell me niggas out here fucking don't want to get their kid a coat?"
Right.
I can understand that shit, yo. So it's everything. That's what I'm about to tell you. Everything that has happened to this world is based on man conduct. How men have presented themselves over the last 100, 200 years.
Wow.
Because men were supposed to really take care of women, but we got into power and we disrespect them. We talk shit to them.
Right.
And that's how they came up with child support. Child support really wasn't for the black man,
Right.
but white men. White men was doing that to women.
Right.
You know, when the independent movement was coming along for Afro Americans back in the day, that was for white women.
Ah.
Not black women.
I just learned something.
Yeah, and what they did was they came up with this thing about this so that they could take the attention off black people, because whites was in competition with blacks. And that's like I always try to talk in my shows and teach generational wealth and get your credit together, because we're so far behind the 8 ball, and people don't understand. People are blind. People think you got to go to college,
Right.
to get rich, and all that. Some subjects, yes, but these big houses that you see going through your certain neighborhoods, that's generational wealth. Most of them. That's money that's been passed down from generation to generation, and people have. You can't. All them motherfuckers ain't go to school and get rich. You gotta kiss my motherfucking ass.
Right. Right. You right about that.
I'm sorry.
You right about that, TK, man. Wow.
Sorry, that did not happen. So my goal is to start teaching people about life insurance. Like I'm gonna start having programs over the next couple of years. Start teaching about life insurance. I'm gonna even start up a company. Well, Prime America is going to give me a company in Vegas to start doing shit. I just wasn't ready for it yet. So
wow.
I'm looking for that now, so that my goal over the next 10 years is try to get a million or more Afro-American men and women insured for to protect themselves, because it's a serious game that people go through here in life, not taking it seriously.
Man, that is gonna be awesome. That's definitely gonna be awesome.
It's very serious. So
now I wanna I know, you know, I'm not everybody's pretty much burnt out on it, but man, I have to ask a brother with your intellect and your experience, you know, being in this business and seeing a lot. I just want to get your perspective on the R. Kelly situation.
yeah, again, there's levels to that too. You know, he's a friend of mine. You know, I don't go over his house. You know, we made a lot of money together back in the day, and it's levels. One parent taking their kids to see R. Kelly, right?
Right.
not teach these girls to better themselves? Like, you could have made these bitches, if they listened to you like that, half them bitches could have been congresswomen.
Right. Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck them and teach them. I have a thing in my act where I say, you fuck them and teach them. You don't fuck them and destroy them. So you fuck them and teach them. Okay, girl, I love you. Listen, make sure you study. Make sure you get your shit together. And go visit your mom this week. This nigga taking and keeping the motherfucking kids, yo. Like, nigga, don't keep them.
Man, you crazy.
Yeah, don't keep the motherfucking
Man.
Fuck them and send them home.
Right.
You know?
Put a little bread, go send them to college. Send them to college, like you say, man. Set them up. Set them up for success.
Set them up for success. Not going around smacking bitches because they don't listen. You R. Kelly. If a bitch get out of line, you bring them into the living room and you sing to them bitches. You got some of the biggest catalogs in the world.
I'm
you got
serious.
to sing to these bitches,
Man.
and them bitches just fall right back in line.
But you know what it is? That ties in, TK, to what you just said. It goes back to having that older figure around, that old head that's gonna put that knowledge in, that guidance. No guidance, man. No, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I always say. Who raised you?
Who raised you? I love that.
But it's a powerful metaphor.
Man.
Who raised you has everything to do the way your life is today.
Absolutely. And everybody is coming out now. Everybody is saying, everybody got a different story. Everybody got a take on it. We've heard a lot of these allegations years ago. Why it's resurfacing again and coming back up? Like, I don't know, but like, what's the difference between him and Bill Cosby?
Well, what people get caught up in, and this is why people need to read. People need to pay attention to information. Bill Cosby's situation is, here's a group of men, Les Moonves, all these men that got caught up with these women.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you call lack of conversation. Let me tell you what I mean. See, I came up in an era where you macked a bitch.
Right.
You macked her. And what I mean by mack her, your presentation was like you had a good job. See, back in the day, you just rolled up with a bitch. You said you had benefits, nigga. A bitch will fuck with you for life.
I'm telling you.
Had benefits, right?
Right.
So what's the wrong with men today and men back then? When men get into power, they never really had to work hard. They really don't have conversation, so they want to push it in a bitch drink. Take up dinner and someone to fuck you. Well, you setting it up where if you had your money right, your presentation was cold. You take them to a nice restaurant. You talk to her, and if you didn't even fuck the first night, a real player know that you ain't got to fuck on the first night.
Right.
You can fuck 2 months from then. You can fuck 4 months from then.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to put in the work. Does that mean you ain't supposed to fuck nobody else? No, you can fuck somebody else.
Right.
You ain't married yet. You can fuck whoever you want to fuck. But then when it gets right with her, you cut everybody off, and you kick it with her, or you kick it, you still fuck whoever you was fucking, and you hope that thing works out. Because I tell people all the time, you wouldn't drive a car out of spare, so why would you do that in a relationship?
Man, that's deep, man. Man, I ain't lie. I love you, bro. I'm serious. I can talk to you forever. I'm just like taking this all in. I'm taking it all in, man. And it's crazy how you breaking this down, but it's real.
Yes,
it's
sir.
real. And if we apply it, it makes life so much more simpler, man, when you understand how it works.
Yeah, it's complicated, fam. Like, I always say you gotta duck and weave and understand life, and sometimes you're gonna meet people who really don't get it, or they think they know the answer. Sometimes you gotta have the wisdom to be quiet,
right,
and let people learn on their own. And sometimes that's the best teacher. Sometimes it's
right,
the best teacher, But that's what you got to do. And to the fans listening, I need y'all to really follow me on Instagram at TK_Kirkland, because we got false prophets out there in this universe, right?
right.
And I know my numbers is coming up slow, but I want people to really, really follow me. Really, really So I really
Absolutely.
appreciate you reaching out to me. I really appreciate you conducting yourself as a true professional. Um, and that means a lot to me.
Man, it means the world to me, coming from someone like yourself, man, and you know who I look up to, and I really really appreciate it. And also too, I'm going to promote your podcast through my platform. I feel like that's what it's all about. If I can get any type of promo info or anything that you have or whatever, if you get that stuff to me, I will promote your podcast through my platform as well, because people really
Right.
need to lock in and
To the,
tune in. But we'll
right. And
chop
to
it
the
up
people
about that.
listening, we just don't have the podcast either, right? I want people to understand. I went old school on them, dropping comedy albums. I know that may not register in people's heads sometimes, but sometimes you really got to laugh. And I'd like taking real situations and making them funny, and that's why you want to listen to my albums. Like, we got the Are There Any Question album.
Right.
Then you have
Real dope.
the Who Raised You album, that's fire.
Love
Then
it,
you got
man.
the
Classic.
classic, and then you got the other album, Gangster Conversation Classic. What people don't know, and this is what I mean by low key. Low key means all my albums went number 2 or number 5 on Billboard quietly.
Quietly.
Number 1 on iTunes quietly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bragging. I'm not going around here doing X, Y, and Z. I promote every day.
Right.
Because what I want people to understand, when you promote something, people are like, oh, that's done. Let me tell you, McDonald's have been promoting the Big Mac for over 30 years. They ain't put extra lettuce on that motherfucker,
Nothing.
extra tomato,
Nothing.
or nothing. It's the same damn sandwich.
That's right.
Pepsi has been promoting Pepsi for over 20, 30 years. It's the same damn Pepsi.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's my point. So I'm always promoting to the fans around the world. I wish you the best with your podcast. I wish you the best.
Thank you
and I
so
hope
much.
people truly enjoy this interview. I got to make a move, man. I hope that you appreciate my time.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody listening, like I said, keep following this brother. Listen to my podcast, the TK Kirkland Show, and may your pain be champagne. Key to the motherfucking K, family. God bless you.
Absolutely. It's the Vibe Show.